Killer Podcast.
Cheer. What's goody, y'all? What's going on? Talk nice. This is the Ali Similar Podcast, episode number 21. I am Rello, and to the right of me I have
DJ Hypa. I'm here. What up?
DJ Danger, we outside.
What's good? It's Darren.
It's Joe.
It's Ease.
What's goody, fellas? How was the weekend, first and foremost? Anybody do anything that was good, that was popping? What's the word for the weekend? How we do this weekend?
All right, so my weekend was pretty dope. Took my little cousin up to college, get her settled in her dorm. Come to find out, her dorm mate is actually another young lady that I was involved with her life since she was like 7. Her sister and I is cool. Mom Duke's cool. Brother cool. So, you know, it's a small world, man. Shit was dope, though. 3 hour drive.
What you said was that? Where you went?
It was 3 hours up. It's Fulton something University. It's
okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, yeah, that was pretty dope. It was a good experience seeing, like, you know, anybody young that you help raise or whatever.
Yeah.
Go to college and start crying and shit.
The emo?
Yeah, a little bit, man, because it's like, damn, son, you was just asking for $1. Now you in
If
college.
you feeling like that about, who's they, cousin?
Cousin, yeah.
Wait till you have your own.
Word.
I'm scared, son.
Yeah, we're going to experience it first. We're going to experience that first.
Yo, let me tell you how my weekend went down. So I went to...
That shit just sound like it's going to be lit.
Nah.
Let me tell you how my shit.
Yes and no. So I took my son to Sesame place. I went to Pennsylvania. So me, the wife, him, and my wife's brother and his son. Son, I'm going to say this. I wouldn't recommend nobody to go there, son.
To where?
Wow.
Sesame place.
What?
Bad experience, bro.
What?
For my son, he had fun, and my wife's son, they all had fun. But honestly, it's like the experience is just bad. Like, let me just start it off by saying this.
I know.
What?
You said your wife's son.
Your wife's son.
My
your son?
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
His my wife's brother's son. So everybody, they both my son and his son had fun. But yo, the service was like bad, bro. Like, first off, we got there. It was like maybe 1 o'clock. Out of nowhere, we walking towards the park. We see some people coming back from the park. So it's like, all right, you know, something must be off because, you know, everybody's
They drove that way for that reason.
Right. So then we hear one of the guys say, "Oh, the park is going to be closed till 4. Like, the park is closed like 4 o'clock." So we're like,
3 hours.
yeah, like, why the hell? And we just got here. So, and then where we parked at, because I guess the parking lot was so crowded, we had to park by this Macy's parking lot. That's like two blocks. So now we walking down and everybody coming up. So it's like, yo, something strange because some people's going this way, but most people's coming that way.
Yeah.
So this guy was walking like towards us and was like, oh, the park is closed like 4. So now we got there, we hungry. So he's like, you know what? Let's get something to eat. So we went to go get something to eat. So now, because I guess the park was gonna be closed at 4 because of due to capacity. Like it got really crowded. Okay. So I guess they was gonna open it again, but. At the end of the day, it's like, number one, they didn't put that on their website. Like, shit like that, you got to be able to have that some way, somehow, in, like, your company policy. Due to overcapacity, you know, things.
Email or
something.
Yeah.
And I heard that's, like, the 5th time it happened. So, to me, it's like they never done anything about it. That's one. So, we finished eating. Maybe it was, like, 2:30, going on 3 o'clock. So, now we walking towards the park. Mad people's waiting. The gate is down. So now here's where it got even more annoying. It's like you asking them a question and it's like they either not trying to hear you or they give you an attitude. Like, the service was bad, bro. Like, OD. It's to the point it's like, yo, like you and yo, his to make things even better, son. It's like some people was at the ticket booth buying the tickets at full cost. The tickets was like maybe $75. And then now these people coming to find out the park is closed.
Why
so
are they still selling the tickets?
There you go. That's what we always like. Yo, why are you selling tickets at full cost? And then not to mention it's dumb hot. Nobody like.
This nigga straight venting. Right?
Yo,
he's tight, boy.
Nah, you can tell you.
Nobody's like even like trying to like empathize. Like, no, like it's hot. You would think, okay, they might want to just
give out water.
Bro, everybody's outside and it's scorching
blazing.
hot. So now, they finally. I think they opened the gate like maybe 3:45, 3:50. So now we in the park. Of course, everybody waiting to go online or whatever. So now you gotta wait for the ride.
Right.
So now my son is like cranky, bro, OD. So it's like, damn. So now I feel bad because like we he was excited because we kept telling me he gonna see Big Bird, gonna see Elmo, Ernie, and all that. So now we did most of the rides. Now we're gonna get something to eat. Bro, we waited online for almost an hour for the food, and then when we finally got to the line, how you got no food?
Wow.
He said, "How we got no food?"
Yo.
Like they popcorn was burnt.
Oh wow. What the fuck? This is Sesame Place you talking about, bro?
Sesame Place, bro.
It's not a happy place.
And it seemed like
happy for them.
Yo,
That means they cashed out.
y'all know about funnel cakes? Like
Yeah.
Bruh, it seemed like the whole line was waiting for funnel cakes.
Yeah,
and
that's the main attraction.
So like I said, we've been online for almost an hour waiting for the food. So now when we finally got in front, so wifey's like, can I just get a hot dog? So now two other girls that was standing, I guess, like next to her, I happened to see those hot dogs. She's like, I don't think you should get those hot dogs because those hot dogs look funny. So I guess she wanted the hot dog, but so the girl's like, nah, don't, it's sus. So now I guess she went to go look, and she's like, hey, you know what, you guys are right, so I don't need it. So now she asking for funnel cakes because I guess the people that was before us, it's like everyone was waiting for funnel cakes. I'm like, yo, what the hell is this funnel cake? Like I don't really know about funnel cakes like that. That's when they started explaining to me like
Powdered sugar.
Yeah, it seemed like that's something like a lot of people like. So now we get. I wanted a pretzel, no pretzel. So I'm like, damn, son.
His face.
No pretzel. Like, no pretzel. So
it's still tight.
So popcorn is burned, no pretzel. Funnel cakes, you gotta wait like 40 minutes. So
And then the hot dogs is
wife
trash.
got tight. She's like, you know what? Just give me a water. Just give me a fucking water. Like OD. So now we waited for the parade. So they had like the Sesame like parade. So we stood after that and we went to this TGI Fridays that was by the hotel we stayed because we went Saturday, we came back Sunday. Mm-hmm. So now we went to this TGI Fridays. We waited an hour.
Bruh, this shit sounds terrible, bro.
Son, I was so tight. I was like, yo, honestly, if I had known this shit's gonna be, I would have just dubbed it. But you wouldn't know until you go. But it's like these type of experience. I feel like, yo, Disney World could never do some shit like that. Six Flags could never do some shit like that.
I mean, I thought Sesame Place wouldn't do no shit like that either.
But bro,
The Sesame Place is trash compared to those areas.
I mean,
bro.
yeah, but
son,
they still have a name to live up to.
I would have never
Niggas
thought that.
cashed out.
Yo, they did, bro. They did. It's like for the amount of money people is spending to come there and you giving these type of service. That's bad, bro. I told my wife, I said, honestly, that's the first and last time. Aaron don't even need to come to these stuff no more. Straight up. It's bad. Like, bad experience. So, at the end of the day, like I said, my son had fun. My wife's brother's son had fun. And that was it. But aside from that, I personally wouldn't recommend anybody to go there.
Okay.
Well, we see how his weekend went.
I think he talked enough for all
So,
six of us.
yeah. So, and then
it's not done.
Nigga boycott Sesame
the
Place.
upside, the upside of it is on my way back home, I got hit up for a last minute gig. So I went home, take a shower, and went right back to the city.
Make it med bread.
So I
Make
was
it bread
like,
back.
yeah.
okay.
So that kind of made me feel, I bet. But aside from that, man,
Dub.
that Saturday was a dub.
No
Saturday was a
Sesame
dub.
Place.
Nah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
No Sesame.
No Elmo, no Bert, no Ernie, no Oscar, no Cookie Monster, no Cookie Monster. Son. Damn, son. That's a lot
The
of
cookies
characters.
would have been burnt.
That's a lot of my childhood. I got a dub, bro. But
That's
I
crazy.
ride for the team.
But that was about my weekend, man. What about y'all?
Nah, we're not worried about it
Yeah,
anymore. Let's
yeah,
just get
nigga.
into the topic.
Shut the hell.
Niggas is weekend out.
Darren, you're an asshole.
Niggas is
You're
weekend
an
out.
asshole. You're an asshole.
The way your weekend was, you spoke for all of us, nigga.
Facts.
Even if my shit was lit, my shit trash now, nigga. The way that shit sound just now,
My
bro,
bad,
I
my
felt like
bad.
I was there, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
My bad.
Nah, I ain't
my
gonna lie. I
bad.
visualize everything like
I
damn,
felt like I
would've
was
been
there,
mad,
Yo,
son.
for real. That's
would've
OD,
left.
OD. I was tight, bro. I was OD tight.
Yeah, we could tell. We could tell.
But Sesame Place is not the place. to go.
That's a fact.
So,
That's the only thing I learned that story.
Moving forward, we want to definitely make some, give some big shout outs to Aretha Franklin, dies at 76.
Rest in peace.
You know,
R.I.P..
very, very
Legend.
sad. Very, very sad story. So I definitely want to get you guys' opinion on what a lot of people has been debating about since she's passed away. Do you feel like Aretha Franklin is the GOAT when it comes to, like soul music, soul R&B for the women singers? I know there's a lot of women singers out there, even a lot of few women singers that Aretha Franklin has gotten to, kind of feuds with. But do you guys feel like Aretha Franklin is the GOAT when it comes to soul R&B, or that's a drag statement?
I think she is, because she was like the first to really have big hits on the charts in soul music. So off of that, I definitely believe that. I also feel like she mentored a lot of the people that, we listen to now, but we don't know, because stars from back then, they don't really gloat about that. You know what I'm saying? If they mentoring you or whatever the case may be, if you're a new act or whatever the case may be, like the Jennifer Hudsons and, all the other soul singers out here, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I feel like, she's the GOAT. Not because she passed away, because, people always tend to really do that.
Once you pass
away, you're the GOAT. And it's like, I think she was the GOAT when she was alive, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else, how do you feel about that?
I wasn't a big
I
wasn't a big fan.
I ain't gonna hold you up.
I never really grew up on her music, truthfully. So
neither did I.
For me, I started like Patti LaBelle, Natalie Cole. Like, this is like my kind of era. So like for Aretha Franklin, I know or heard of some of her music.
I know a handful of songs and R.E.S.P.E.C.T. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I'm same thing as you.
Yeah.
Bro. Even Patti LaBelle, I ain't grew up on her stuff either. I grew up
neither
on
did
West
I, bro.
That's mostly like Southern people really know about these people.
I definitely know more Patti LaBelle than Aretha Franklin. So yeah.
Well, R.I.P. to Aretha Franklin. That was at 76 from cancer. Fuck cancer, which is a terrible thing.
That shit is taking out people left and right, bro.
But
more and more, huh?
Yeah, man.
Definitely R.I.P. We're going to keep this thing growing. Another top story that we got going on is OBJ finally getting his money from the Giants, folk and all that kind of shit. So how you guys feel about OBJ in this contract? Is there a lot more pressure for him to stay on the straight and narrow?
I think obviously it is, because they didn't made you the richest wide receiver in the league. I think he deserves it. So now he really has to just, as long as he doesn't get injured, he has to produce. They paid you to produce. Now produce even more, and you produced a lot before you got paid. So now you got to even produce even more, or stay on the same level that you was on. Trajectory that you was on.
But wouldn't you think he would need a good quarterback in order to produce?
I mean,
he has a good quarterback. You just gotta. I think that team at the time, in the last 2-3 years, they didn't never had a good line. So
true.
If your O line not good and you don't got no time to pass, he's gonna make. He's gonna make bad decisions regardless. Even though he made bad decisions in the past.
They pay you $95 million. Sure, you better catch the ball.
Yeah,
I don't care who throwing it to you. It could be my third grade. It could be my third grade teacher. You catch the ball.
Exactly.
Shit, $95 million, 65 guaranteed, 40 up front.
One arm behind your back, you better catch it.
Like he did.
Hell yeah, 40 up front.
I mean, I feel you.
That's a lot.
I feel you.
I think now, honestly, the talent is a big part of it, but I think it's popularity that also went into him getting that big offer.
Brandon.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like
he is is he the first or the highest? He's the highest paid.
He's the highest paid now.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with he got a endorsement with Nike. I think he's the highest paid football player who has an endorsement with Nike.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
that.
all
Nike
those things
gave them the most money for a football player.
Possibly.
I think that all plays a part in him. You know what I'm saying? Getting that $95 million offer. Of course, the talent is there, but again, I feel like now it's all about how much attention this individual is going to bring to our franchise, and he's going to fill the stadium up, bro.
No,
most definitely. Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? He's a character.
Mm-hmm.
That too, but you can't take away from his game.
I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, like, you can't act like that don't play a role, though.
No, of course, everything plays a role.
Because, I mean, Tim Duncan is great, but I don't think
boring.
he was feeling.
But he's boring as fuck.
You know what I mean? So
That was a good example.
I guess you're right. It goes back to your popularity and your status. So
and unfortunately, he has a lot of social media presence.
So what Rel was saying, is it Rel? You think it's good for him to stay out in the open as long as it's not like super detrimental?
What do you mean out in the open?
Like just
on the forefront.
His name in the media for things other than football, as long as it's not.
I mean, I feel like because this is New York City, so when you sign to these big states, I think a lot of what you do off the court reflects even more now when you're in bigger states. Just like how LeBron is in LA now, so a lot of what he does off the court now that he's in LA is going to be talked about a lot more. So it's cool if it is, but it just has to be, like you said, it has to be positive stuff. Can't be anything that's that's going to affect the franchise, because he's now like the face, even though he was before. But now your pockets even say that you are the face of the franchise. Exactly. So I feel like, what the fuck is happening? My bad. I feel like, I feel like it's a good thing. But do you guys feel like it's championship a bust now? Now that he getting this?
Nah.
I don't think so. But
I think if they do a little bit better, they're gonna look at it like, see, we're glad we paid him. I don't think they expected him to like.
If they make the playoffs, I feel like if they make the playoffs, especially if he's made big plays and he doesn't fuck up as far as just. Because I felt like they blamed him 3 years ago when they made the playoffs, and then they went to Miami for vacation the week before. But if they make the playoffs and it's just like he has great moments, I feel like they feel justified. They're like, all right,
I just feel that as long as his behavior is on point and he's focused, at the end of the day, like Rel just said, he's like the face, so they could use anything that he do at this point like as ammo. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now, with that kind of money, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to set the rule. You got to be a leader for your squad.
That boy's rich.
Yeah, so right now, all eyes on you. So as long as he's able to stay out of trouble and he's like, I say for him to produce, but part of me still like, he can produce. It's not like he's not going to be able to catch the ball, but it's just a matter, like you just said, the O-line got to be on point. Because if he's running and he's running out 20 yards and he can't get the ball, you know how it is with social media, like not even social media, like anything.
They might even say it's him
exactly. So it's like he could be like they could judge him off that too. So, but I just feel like at this point, man, he just got to show out, just stay on point, and he should be good.
Yeah. Big facts. Congrats to OBJ.
Congrats to OBJ.
His contract.
Let's go Giants.
Let's see a black man get paid is always good. Since we in that NFL, you got something you want to say, Jim?
No, I say
since we in that NFL area, this tragic story that I also heard this is crazy. About this NFL Madden game tournament that was going on in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
There was a shootout during the tournament. Supposedly one of the people that I guess got eliminated from the tournament. I don't know if he felt the way about it, but a kid from actually Baltimore, he shot the tournament up. He basically open fired.
Is it Madden?
Yes, NFL Madden tournament.
Okay.
So he basically open fired. He killed, I think, 3 or 4 people. I think it's 4 people, and then ended up killing himself, which is tragic, crazy. So when it comes to this gaming thing, man, I don't know what you guys think about it, but you feel like this gaming thing is going too far. I know I don't think this is the first situation, maybe not to this level of devastation, but kids fighting over games and kids fighting over competition in games. How you guys feel about the whole gaming industry and how far it's going at this point?
I don't think you could blame games. I don't think you could blame anything outside of the people that did it. You can't blaming the game.
Person that did it.
Yeah, you can't blame anybody outside of that. That person. Like, we can have a freaking Jay-Z concert and somebody shoot up. Somebody shot up a freaking concert in Vegas last year, and that was a country music concert, and dude shot that up. So it's not like you can't say, oh, is country music going too far? It's just literally the people that's doing it are just
socially awkward.
Yes.
Guns don't kill people, people kill people.
I feel like that was the whole situation in this thing. Like, kid lost and didn't know how to take defeat. Like, bro.
And then they like, I seen somebody post today. They like, while the dude was playing, like they had like video recording of just the dude's face while he was playing, while he lost. And it was just like, I
saw that.
The eyes of a devil. That's what the caption said.
And it happened. It happened like not too long after that clip, right?
Yeah, it's like.
But then it went black. Then it went black. The screen went black. I
didn't watch the whole thing. I just was like, I don't want gunshots. I don't want that man's face like burnt into my freaking.
Didn't it kind of happen already?
I still know what he looks like. I just once I saw it and I saw the caption, I just kept scrolling because I don't. Sometimes you just don't want to be bombarded with. Yeah,
it's a lot of loopholes in that story. So I heard he actually won last year, same competition. I actually heard he won last year, and with this situation now, I heard you would hear the story, and then you would have the own visuals in your head. But I'm thinking, once I heard the story. This guy, he's in the NFL tournament, Madden tournament, and he lost. And he just started like, all right, I'm tight. I'm spraying everybody. I heard he didn't even have a gun on him. I heard he went home and got a gun and came back. So then now the story is turning around. It's like, all right, so if you didn't have a gun on you, you went back home. So you kind of had the intent that you were probably going to lose, and I'm going to spray these people in case. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of loopholes to the story. I don't know. What I was reading is even true or not.
I can't say probably. I think he was just in an open carry state or whatever, and just people literally carry their guns.
I know how it works, but I'm not. For me hearing all of these shootings from these open carry states, it's making me happy. My ass live in motherfucking New York, bro.
I don't be hearing shit like that. Yeah, I don't be hearing shit like that in New York.
I mean, I'm not gonna say because we still be shooting niggas, not me or us, but people in New York still be shooting shit up, But it's a little. But you be hearing like a lot of crazy stories in these, especially. Shout out to everybody from Florida, but I stay hearing some crazy stories from Florida.
Yeah, Florida is its own.
I don't know if it's something in the water, in the air, but shit is crazy. No video game is ever that serious to like take a person's life. That sounds deeper than the video game. Sound like he has insecurity issues, ego issues, all of the above.
Bro, honestly, I think sometimes what they try to do is they try to blame the game when these people already have psychological issues, and then you give them these things that they feel like, oh, I'm great in it.
But then again, I don't always want to blame the psychology on things. It's like every time things go left or goes for the worse,
they don't do that to black people.
That's why I was going to go there. But I didn't want to be black power. I was going to go there. I was going to go there, but
I agree with that 100%. But you do have something has to be wrong with you if you can't take a loss, bro.
No, there's a lot of people who can't take losses, sir.
Something is wrong with you, bro.
Well, when I say
something is wrong with you.
No, what?
Yo, if you can't take a loss and you're going to kill somebody,
that's what I'm saying. I was going to cut that part off and say not about the shooting part, but it's a lot of people who can't take it. That's why the term is called.
I'm talking about this situation.
I kill Ease in 2K all the time. He takes his loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is false information. That is false information.
I think people just take losses differently. It's just
that's a whole different ass loss to take, son.
Yeah, that's to the extreme, but.
But I mean, hey, it gets like that. I know I've played games and have heated arguments over games too. So been out to the point where
go shoot somebody.
But I mean, it can't get heated though.
You could probably snuff them.
Nah,
snuff a nigga too.
Right? Yeah, that might happen.
I mean.
That's too far.
That's extreme. That's extreme too. But I'm just saying, like, I'd rather you snuff me than kill me, bro.
Nah, I'd probably throw the controller. That's max. Mm-hmm. That's max aggravation. I'm not going to.
But you gotta remember, it's
son, you mad whack.
I'm not gonna lie, son.
Bro, I'm not doing that.
When I'm not too much into video games like that no more. But when I was younger, this is probably why I won so much. Because when I did lose, I'm not gonna front. That shit used to flame me inside.
They're not playing for pride, right? They're playing for like $100,000, right?
Does that make a difference?
But they playing for something. Y'all make it seem like they're just playing for pride.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
that mean for you to kill somebody, bro.
I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying that. It does kind of. But the way I was talking
does kind of make sense.
The way I was talking about it, like it was playing for pride.
That information kind of makes sense because it's like his mentality probably was like, yo, if I ain't getting this bread, ain't none of y'all niggas getting this bread.
I guess. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but you don't know, like you.
Not justifying that it's okay, but I'm just saying.
Not justifying
that's probably his mindset.
Yeah, I'm not justifying it either.
You're playing both sides of the fence, and then it's like, you are justifying it, actually.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you.
Nobody on the table would justify it.
No, I'm not saying it, but the way June would answer a question, like, are you actually justifying it?
I'm not justifying.
They are playing for $30,000.
No. I'm not justifying it, but I guess so, but. I'm not justifying it, but I'm just saying, like, y'all talking like they only play like they only play.
We didn't know that
to kill people and then kill yourself.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, yo, that's what the grand prize was. Nobody said that. So
I'm just saying that was a foolish thing to do.
Automatically, I actually thought it was for something because I wouldn't just be playing for pride to want to kill somebody because I lost a game. So clearly, in my mind,
game and tournaments obviously been make a lot of money.
I could lose for $1 million. As long as it wasn't my money and I was just playing and I could lose.
You were just playing. You didn't bet. You didn't put your bread up.
I'm not gonna feel no way like, okay, let me kill somebody. So that
Everybody
like the person differently. I'm tired of y'all freaking saying that stuff because the way y'all be saying it,
it sounds like
I'm not
it's
just
okay. Made it okay,
saying
man.
that. I'm just
I'm
saying.
not saying, but yo, you guys lose $5, y'all be feeling away. So like, don't stop saying that.
I ain't gonna be like, damn, June, it was in your car. I'm gonna kill you.
Yo, see, you taking it something like, no, I just said it's 30, like they was playing for $30,000. So I'm just, there's the truth. Y'all made it seem like they was playing for maybe a little more, right? I don't know.
Okay, let me try to put what you said into perspective, or the timing that you brought that up, Junior. So the fact that you felt the need to tell us that they play for that kind of money, it does come off like
you're trying to like
they playing for something. That's all I'm saying. They not just playing. They're not just playing for pride. They're just not playing for pride. They're playing for money.
All right, great.
People died less for dice games. So like, though you're making it seems
when money gets involved, shit does get a little bit more juicy.
Shit get a little crazy.
Juicy.
Ain't nobody doubting that, but nigga, you killed yourself. You ain't gonna get the money anyway, even if like.
That's what I said. He probably was
nobody having none.
I just said that.
I didn't even know he killed himself.
I didn't know that either.
Too. Yeah. Yes, unfortunately, a lot of people died.
Be careful playing these games, everybody out there, man.
It's just a game.
It's just a game.
Shouldn't even be playing Madden anyway, because niggas ain't.
What football game niggas is playing?
Standing for that.
Don't get
if they ain't playing Madden.
Don't get upset when Kicks be waxing you, bro.
Hey yo.
No, we not gonna go there. Moving on.
This is gonna drag, so let's keep the episode as quick as not nice.
Moving on.
I will wash you, bro.
Bruh, you pick LeBron James, Jordan when we play.
Move along.
All right,
we gonna chill. We gonna chill.
You about to go in.
All right, moving on.
You a cheater, you know that.
My guy Eddie Murphy is now expecting his 10th kid, man. 10 kids.
Would not know that if you put me on, bro.
Facts.
When is enough, man? Do you feel like
Bro,
if
you see his ex-wife?
If you got the money,
if you got the bread,
keep breathing.
If you can afford it, do whatever you feel like.
Eddie Murphy is rich forever.
Or how do you feel like you would take the situation on when it comes to a prenup? Let's just say before you guys actually decide to get married, you have a kid now that's in the middle of it now, and you still want to get married or whatever. Do you guys still feel like a prenup is something that's necessary or not? Now that there's a kid that's you and this partner had before you decided to get married or whatever the case may be.
Talk about it, Hypa. How you feel?
How you don't know?
Same thing.
I don't know. I ain't think. I didn't even really.
Yeah, that's a lot to process.
Think about like I don't know. I don't even have an answer for you right now. I'm not gonna
I don't like. All right, what's the question? Like it seemed loaded.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Let's just say, just like we had about the
basically
decision of a prenup. Well, you decided to do a prenup or not doing a prenup. Now you have a kid with this person before you guys get married. So do you still believe like a prenup is something that you would do, seeing that you and her have conceived children before you decided to get married? Would you still get a prenup, even though now that there's kids involved? Or now does a dynamic change because you and her... I'm mad I have to explain it this much. I'm sweating explaining this much. But now the dynamic has changed because there's kids involved. You know what I'm saying? Do you still feel like a prenup will be something that's necessary?
I don't think so. I don't think the kid determines the prenup situation. I think the situation between you and determines the prenup. Because if let's say I came into the marriage with nothing, and then we have a kid. I still got nothing, and then I get something, and then we decide to get married, and then she on some like, well, I think I should get half, and it's like, okay, but because you said that, I don't want to give you half. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me make that decision. Don't try to pressure me to get that.
She gonna get half anyway because you have a kid involved.
No, that's spousal support. I mean, that's child support.
Come on, these women is taking the child support. I mean. And half of these situations, these women are taking taking these
shout out to Blake Griffin,
bro, for themselves as well. So it might not even matter at this point because even if you guys break up, you still gotta pay child support, which means it's damn like a prenup anyway because you're gonna be paying out of your pocket regardless.
So if you didn't do a prenup, you got to, and y'all break up, you got to do child support and spousal support.
So it's like you're screwed. Like, I don't want to say it like that. Either way, but like you're screwed either way.
Screwed either way.
So like it don't even matter.
Whatever decision you make, money's coming out your pocket.
You're paying. You're gonna pay.
You damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
Yeah,
kind of situation.
There you go.
Yeah, so like you really have no dog in the fight if you're the guy.
So when you're in a relationship with somebody, do you feel like having separate accounts is necessary, or you have a joint account? Separate. You have no problem with having a joint account.
Separate.
Even when you're married, still separate.
Yeah, I would have separate. I would have a joint account as well, but my checks or however I receive money from my clients is not going into that joint account. It's going into a separate account, and we will come to an agreement of what we want to do with the joint account. Do we want to save for vacations? Do we want to save for specific things? How much per week, per month?
So after you get your bread, you decide what you want to put in the joint account. Basically.
Yeah, because it's my bread, and she has her own bread, hopefully. So that's just a situation of, all right, what do you want to do with the money? So what do you want to do? How do you want to join each other's money? What would we like to do per month? Is it something we want to do
some kind of percentage?
Exactly. Like
I feel like it's best to do separate account, because then, you know, if you have just one account with all of your money going into it, you're gonna be scheming and watching and see why she's spending money on that, and it's getting nasty.
It reminds me of that Martin episode.
Yep, the first thing that came to my head, I'm like, yo,
Martin bought that.
His
Yashitashi.
Jordan?
No, he bought that Yashitashi TV. And then she was buying something else. Gina was buying something else.
She was buying.
And they were just watching each other bread. So it's just like, hell no. Like for me, another thing is, I would think about like, what if somebody owed something, like, or what if like this maybe one person in the relationship has some type of debt. Obviously, in the marriage, you guys take it on both. But if y'all have a joint account, they taking both of y'all money. Like if I got my own account, they might take it just out the other person's account or whatever.
Oh, so you agree with separate account, but one joint account for both of you?
Yeah, I don't mind having a joint account, but it's not going to be my primary account.
Got you.
Hypa, what you got? Because you married, nigga.
Yeah. Oh, you hot.
Flaming fire. Me and my wife, we spoke about it before, but
I'm good loving Joe.
Shout to Fatima.
We spoke about it before, but I just never pushed for it, and she never pushed for it. So,
separate things.
Me personally, I don't mind in just having a separate account.
Good answer.
She has her separate account. Yeah. But now that you said the Hashitashi, I'm like, you know what, babe, we good. If you need money, just ask me, or but I'm cool with that. But if it comes down to it, we may have to do that if we got to do that. But that's not something that I pushed for, or I even pressured her into, or vice versa. We just know when it comes to financial situation, we just know how to communicate, and we just leave it at that.
That's the important part.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it for me.
That's good. What you feel about it? I'm about to say the same thing. I want to know what June think.
Nigga, I don't trust nobody.
That's the answer right there.
There you go.
That's it. I'm on quick side. I'm on quick side.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's basically it, bro. He said,
he ain't gonna go far.
Yeah, I'm on quick side. I have to have both. Let me have my own account, and we could do the joint account thing. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But it goes back to what he says. Long as there's communication, I don't think there'll be a problem. Like, let's say both of y'all have about a minimum 5 racks stashed in the joint account that you guys both have. If my shit, well, I can't see. I'm already saying mine. If our stuff,
there you go. Exactly. So that's already a problem.
No, I never did it before. Hours. I gotta get that. If our account, to my knowledge, is at $5K, and I see $4K in it now with no consent, nobody coming to me.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. Do you feel like for like what amount of money do you feel like your partner should reach out to you? Like,
$30.
I'm about to spend this now. I'm about to spend this.
Let me stop.
I'm about to spend this right here. I'm joking. Will you be okay if I spend this amount of money? As to say, it was a joint account. What amount do you feel like needs a phone call to the either side to say, yo, I'm about to spend?
Between the $300 to $500 range.
No, you mean 300 and up?
No, between
That costs
yeah,
$800. That's what I'm saying. 300 and up.
Okay, yeah, 300 and up. But think about it. Like you see $300 is not a little bit of bread. I don't care what nobody say. $300 is not a small amount of money. So.
I guess for me, I think
because you could easily say, oh, all right, $1K. No, bro, that's a lot. What?
That's not bread.
It's a lot of money. But even 500 is a lot of money too. But that's why I said let's go to 3 because even 300 is low key.
Low key
going up to 5 to 1K. So I think I need that phone call, baby. Like,
yo,
let me know what's going on.
That's both ways.
What you spending $3 on? What the fuck you spending $3 on?
That's both ways. So you feel like if you have to buy, say something like, you gotta buy something for a set.
It has to be a phone call.
If
it's a joint account, I'm gonna take initiative. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna let you know
if it's
I'm about to spend this bread.
Oh.
Especially if it's music equipment.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff is gonna cost $3 plus anyway. Maybe that's why I got that $300 number from.
This nigga thinking selfishly.
Let me
selfishly.
I gotta get the hour.
Let me just say this real quick. I don't know if y'all gonna call it a perfect answer or whatnot, but anyway, let me just address this. I feel with a joint account, I feel like if it's gonna be a joint account, it has to be something, I guess, pertaining to the house. Like, I feel like if there's anything that has to be done within the house, there shouldn't be no X amount. I feel if it's something we want to do for the children, there shouldn't be an X amount. But I feel if it's going to be...
I'm about to say that.
What? But
that's
what I'm saying.
Can't really say that.
If we're going to go to the mall, babe, I need these pair of lubes. Then it's got to be like, all right, so... Now, how much you looking into spending, or vice versa? Let's say I needed a new mixer. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's where your own account comes in.
Yo, can I ask y'all this? Or y'all the kind of husband/boyfriends like he just brought up lubes? Are you the type like, babe, why you spending $1,200 on shoes? Why you spending $1,500?
I mean, she work hard for it. I mean, she should be able to get it. But is it going to be from the joint account?
From the joint account.
No. I thought I was over
nah,
here.
bro. Nah. Lubes from the joint account. So we need to renovate the basement. So you gonna spend $1,200 on the lube, and we got to renovate the basement.
These niggas is laughing about a whole nother.
I don't know what they laughing about.
Continue talking.
But I'm saying that because he said, "What's the X amount?" I feel like it depends on what needs to be done or what needs to be bought.
Now it sounds like the way you're talking is coming off like. Whatever's spent in that account has to be priority.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be though, son. Sometimes it's a joint account. Y'all do what y'all want.
I'm looking at it like that because if that's the case, you can have your own account. I can have my own account. You want to buy lubes, $1,200? Cool. Do you. If I want to buy my DJ set, that's me. But if we're going to talk about having a joint account, basement need to be renovated. We need to get ACs in the crib. We need.
You see that? So
now you got all of that.
That's important. That's the reason. That's the reason why I said separate accounts, because you're gonna be like, yo, you mad in response. That could be a turnoff. That could be a turnoff where you like, we ain't got no AC. You talk about looms.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's why I'm just saying, based on the question when you said what's the X amount.
Said we ain't got no AC.
So
by the way,
you mean central air.
For the people listening out there, we talking about AC because it was 104 degrees
That's
today.
a fact.
Burning up today.
104.
Yeah, I'm just bringing that up because I'm thinking joint account. So for me, I feel like for a joint account, we basically saving for a rainy day, or we make sure we have an account. Whatever needs to be done collectively as for the family or as a family, cool. That's why I'm saying I don't know if it's a perfect answer, but I just feel if that's the case, I'm better off just having my own account where I can spend my money how I want, when I want, and vice versa for you.
I still want y'all to answer though. Are y'all the type of boyfriend, man, husband, whatever the case is, to tell y'all significant other like, nah, you ain't spending no $1,200 on shoes. That's a waste of bread.
Right,
or y'all that type
from a joint account.
From the joint account.
No, hold on.
I would say it. Yes.
Yes, I would say.
Well,
I would say no.
Well, I mean,
depends on how much bread we got in the joint account.
Yeah, that too. But I'm just saying, like,
10 racks.
It depends. Honestly, it depends on two different perspectives. I look at it. I look at it. I'm single. If it's boyfriend, girlfriend, I still consider it single because you're not married. Well, I feel like we have both. I feel like when you're not in a relationship, like when you're not married, there's no reason for joint account. But that's just me. But now, if you're married, it gets a little different because, like y'all always say, when you married, you become one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So since you
That's
become
what
one,
that's what we always say.
huh?
That's the way it works.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's what y'all say.
We do say it though.
Yeah.
No.
So that's what y'all say. But anyway,
What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine. Okay,
yeah. So
cool.
it's you guys should have a joint account. So say you was making more than her, right? Like you said, say you was making more than her.
Scenario.
Like if you make 80% of the finance and she makes 20. Mm-hmm. It can't be she got what's her account, what's her money is her money, what's your money is your money, and then the joint account. It can't be that way, right?
Yeah.
So no,
How can it be that way?
It can't be like that.
We're making 80% of the money.
Making 80% of the money. So that means she's not making nothing. But
she got to go to Aldo.
She got to. She still got to ask you. She
still has her account. I have my account. We have a joint account. If I'm the breadwinner, then your money is still your money in your account.
So every time she needs money, she got to ask you.
Account.
So that means every time she needs money, she got to ask you.
Or she needs
a joint account is money that's y'all.
But it's y'all money though. It's y'all married. It's y'all money.
So you can't be like.
So every time she needs money, she got to ask you.
I mean the same. I mean,
say it was vice versa.
Not ask. It's a joint account, so we communicate.
No, but
nobody's asking.
But remember what you said. You said. My money's my money, and then we just
my account is my account,
and then
your account is your account, and then we have the joint.
Yeah,
okay.
Say like I said, say you make 80% of the money.
Your own question.
Say you make 80% of the money in the household. You make 80%, she makes 20. 20%, she can't really buy what she really want to buy.
Okay.
So that means 80%.
If I make 80% of the money, she makes 20%. Then anytime she asks me for money from the joint account, I have to accept that because I knew that from jump. I made 80%, she made 20%, and we still made a joint account.
Yeah, but
it's still
like
I mean
when
I know
married,
I hear what you're saying.
Y'all money.
I hear what you're saying. Do you feel like the breadwinner is taking the L? Is that what you're kind of saying?
I feel like it's not an even relationship. It's not you're not one anymore. If that's the case, because every money that comes in,
you mean if they have the axe period, you're not one.
No, you ask. But the thing about it is like everything should be like if you married, everything's together. So everything like your money's her money. So there's no reason she got to ask you for every time she needs something. She got to ask you for it.
It doesn't have to be asked. You just say, you know what?
I don't look at it as asking. I look at it as communication, bro.
Okay, so say you had to say you make 80% of the money. You want to spend something. You gonna ask her?
I'm gonna communicate with her and tell her yes. I'm going in the joint account and I'm gonna spend some bread.
Not the joint account. I'm talking about your account.
No, that's my bread. That's why I emphasize my account is my account. I do it why I want with my account on this side.
But you saying even my own account is her account as well?
It has to because y'all married.
No, it don't work that way.
But she makes 20% of the household. She don't make no money.
So time out. You're saying
no. I'm talking about married. I'm just talking about the married.
But let's talk about the married.
The private bread.
But hold on.
June is basically saying if y'all gonna say when y'all get married, everybody like it's one. It becomes the relationship goes from 2 to 1, and then now. When it comes to money and accounts, my account supposed to be your account.
Like, chill, sweetheart. No, this is not yours. This is not yours right here. This is mine. All right, whatever's yours is yours. But all right, what's in this little pot right here, the joint account? Because let's be real, y'all not putting all that money in the joint account.
How you know?
Come on, my nigga.
I
just said you make 80% of the household. She makes 20. Right? How much y'all putting in that joint account?
All right, so we'll put 10% each.
Okay, 10%. Is that fair? So that means she has 10% left and you have 70%.
She ain't got 10% because I still got bread, so we good. But I'm just talking about when it comes to that joint. When that comes to that joint account, we doing that.
Yes,
down the middle,
50,
nigga.
50. Only
you can only do $100.
That's how it should be.
But what that joint account's for? The joint account most likely that's for the bills. That's for, like you said, for priority, right?
No, I'll take care of the bills. I'll take care of the bills.
Not even really.
I make 80%.
Honestly,
I'll take care of the bills.
When I look at a joint account, I look at it as low key savings, and we use it for whatever we need to use it for. It could be a rainy day. It could be to save up for a goal. It could be for anything.
I'm looking at it.
The reason I say
the
reason I'm saying that is because I actually had a friend, like we was talking about it. She was like, "Yo, when you married, like, there's no reason, like, she feels like all the money should be in a joint account because everything is ours."
Of course, you're gonna feel like that.
But then you gotta look at it as vice versa. She makes more than her husband. So it's like what? Every time the husband needs something, he gotta ask her.
That's why it shouldn't be like that.
Okay, I don't know if that would be a valid question.
But hold on, no, the joint account, there's always gonna be asking because you just letting people know. Like, yo, like, we communicating, but communication become asking after a while. You know what I mean?
Rel, I got a question for you.
Yo.
On a joint account, who you think is spending more money?
It depends.
Realistically,
it depends. Since some situations.
Y'all really gonna do this right now?
No, I really.
Yeah,
he was kind of
really gonna do this right now?
He was about to go there.
I'm a frugal motherfucker, bro.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. So I'm not. I'm a frugal motherfucker. So I may be with a shorty that's a little bit more responsible with her money. So then I might be the nigga that's spending more than she. It depends on the personality of the person. There's some women that.
What was the question you asked?
Who spends the
on
most
the joint
money?
account? Who do you think is spending more money from that account?
Yeah, I couldn't answer that.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Oh, we're not gonna do that. Nigga said we're not gonna do that. He said we're not gonna do that.
Who said that?
We're not gonna do
I
that.
said I don't know.
Because I already see where it's going. I know what answer he expects to hear. Rolo.
That brings me to my next question. In a most honest response, how do you honestly feel you are with money?
Yo, what frugal mean?
Frugal means you just spend money carelessly.
No.
Frugal means you do not spend money.
You don't.
I am.
Wait.
Okay, my bad.
You said you're frugal.
No, so I meant the opposite. I meant the opposite.
That's what I'm thinking that because I know how Rel is. Like
Yeah,
you see, like,
frugal.
oh, that jacket lit. I'm getting like,
Yeah.
he do that.
I don't
So
know.
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't know. I ain't get that vibe from
I'm
him.
the correct meaning.
I
of
don't get
frugal.
that. I don't get that vibe from him.
But only thing is, I'm different when it comes to like that frugal word or whatever. I'm frugal with everything except for if it has to do with my business. I will spend 5 bands on something.
Yeah, because you have.
Chill.
He got money.
But
My bad.
I will spend
The
5.
inbox about to get crazy.
I would spend 5 bands on equipment, on stuff that I know
Shit, I did the same thing too.
that'll make my
both did.
quality
Mad
better.
bread, over 10K.
That comes back.
Yeah.
That's money in return, though.
Yeah, and that's why that's me though. But like when it comes to like designer and just in general spending bread on clothes, I'll be like, I'm good. This is not a big deal for me. So I don't know how to answer the question how I am with money, but that's how I would answer it.
I feel like I'm in between. Because there's days where I'm
out here crazy, boy.
yeah, I'm in between. I spend it's plenty of times where I spend money.
Monday to Friday, you tight, but the weekend comes.
Batman forward, Batman pull up.
Once the weekend comes, run the money.
Yo,
You get a drink. You get a drink. You get a drink.
everybody gets a drink, man.
You hungry?
Hashtag party with DJ Danger. But yeah, I feel like I'm in between. There's plenty of times where I'm irresponsible with bread, and then when I start getting those letters and those phone calls like, nigga, we about to take your shit back or we about to cut something off, then I get straightened up. So I'm balancing in between the two.
So that means you're not good with it.
I need
Because if
I
it
need
take
work.
niggas to tell you, hey, look,
Nigga,
We're
no.
about
Let's retract
about
that.
to take that.
There's a couple of bills that you have money to pay for, but you're like, nigga, I ain't giving you that bread yet.
T-Mobile.
I do not
See
pay.
that?
I do not pay cell phone bills or
See that?
internet bills.
Niggas be having the
I
bread, but I'm
give
like,
them the minimum amount due. You owe $200-$300. How much is the minimum? $120. Here you go.
nigga, what kind of phone you got? You paying 2-3 bills for your phone?
Nah, when I used to have,
That's when he let it
when
run
I used
up.
to have Verizon, and I let my bills run up until I have to pay the minimum.
Nah, I can't do that.
That's a
You know
no-go.
why I don't do that?
Not all
Because
my
you
bills,
actually
just
spend
my
more when you do that because you got to pay
Late
for the
fees
late
and all
fees.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm
Hypa.
torn in between that.
I think I'm good.
This nigga is the freaking financial savior. Or God, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? He knows how to balance.
Get $5.
To think that I've never had to borrow money, so it's just like,
Heard you.
so it's just like,
But because you don't have to borrow money, don't mean you're not bad with money.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
but if you've never had to borrow money,
That
how bad can you be with money?
Well, let's say you start the week off with $1,000, and at the end of the week you got 90, and you didn't have to pay anything major. You're bad with money.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to borrow nothing. You still got $90 left.
What I was gonna say was, I think, for me, I think because I have this mindset of what I want and what I need. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I always been that way, and I think June. I could speak for June also. I feel like because our father trained us.
I was about to say, don't forget Pop Dukes.
I know.
Main source.
I could definitely say one thing we learned from our pops. You know, we always try to save for a rainy day. So I feel like as far as, you know, us being able to be like have a certain budget or like be able to differentiate what we want or what we need.
I think it did more good than bad for y'all.
I feel like that kind of made me and June.
Speak for yourself, sir.
No, I'm speaking for you and Hypa.
Yo, speak for yourself,
I said
sir.
that man did more good than bad than y'all.
Anyway,
even
let me
realized.
continue what I was saying.
sir.
So no, I was gonna say I
crazy.
You started the cut,
I feel
bro.
like-
That was actually a compliment, but go ahead.
I feel like Joe, can I talk?
I'm trying to let you. I said, go ahead.
I feel like that's what kind of made me and June the way that we are when it comes to that aspect. But aside from that, man, like I said, I think I'm pretty good with money. But when it comes to my brand, like Darren said, I will spend a shitload of money because at the end of the day, I'm a worth it. I'm gonna get it back eventually. But aside from that, I think I like the way that I manage my money and my funds.
Junior?
Nah, I've always been good with money.
Is that
That's
it?
it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Shit, I just vouch for you.
No, I'm just saying. Like, you said everything. Like I'm good. I've always been good with money. Like I never asked nobody. I always worked. I knew how to. Luckily, I was taught how to flip my bread in the early age.
Thanks to
What? Not my pops. Nope. My pops taught me to work hard, make sure your money's your money.
that sounds very good, bro. But go ahead.
Yeah, you know the story, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm agreeing.
That's a
I'm
negative to a positive, though. I made it a positive. He didn't make it a positive. So I mean,
Damn, son.
Make somebody sit for 2 hours waiting for fucking $6. My nigga. I don't know how you
That
make
story still makes me laugh.
That's crazy, right? I can laugh on it now.
Bro,
Yeah, I
even-
can laugh on it now, but this nigga defended my pops. Like,
I'm not really.
It's crazy.
I guess this statement may be kind of into his defense because, like, even when I was young, bro, like, if I ask my mom for bread, I'm not waiting 2 hours. If 20 minutes pass, I'm like, I'm not getting this. An hour passed, bro. I think something wrong with your head. Bro.
What?
I mean, why you still? When he tells me the story, no, real talk. When he tells me the story, like I really feel like he was holding his hand like this for 2 hours.
I wasn't holding my hand, but I was there. Yeah.
Please shake it.
Like standing there, like an hour went by. You like,
Well, what the fuck you want me to do? I got no money, so what? And I wanted to go to Brooklyn. What am I gonna do? I got no choice.
Let me at least walk to the kitchen real quick. Let me
See,
go
this
drink
is,
some
all right,
water.
But this is
come
where.
back.
But I'm just saying, this is where our childhood was different. When you asked your moms gave you bread.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that luxury. You know what I mean? If I was assed out, nigga. I mean, niggas drank like water for lunch, nigga.
Negative
Niggas
to
ate
positive.
sleep for breakfast. Like, I mean, this is this is reality.
I mean,
So-
I'm not.
I'm not saying you rich. I'm not saying
even that.
What?
I've been there too, bro.
Alright,
I've
but
had
I'm
hard
just-
times. I don't think
I'm not saying you didn't have hard times, but I'm just saying like this is reality for me. So I'm like, I didn't have it. So I'm just saying when I grew up and I chose to have it, I knew how to manage my money. I know how to do everything like that to a point. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like that. So
So I feel like
like, is it my turn? Yet?
I feel like I'm pretty decent with money. I could be much better. You know what I'm saying? My issue is not saving. My issue is helping too many people. So like I'll save great. But then somebody give me a sob story and I'm like, oh.
give it up.
Just
Take it.
Let me ask
Hey,
you.
take that too. You want my shirt?
Well, you
know
know,
what I'm saying?
since
Like-
you say that, well,
Can't-
you know, a couple years ago when I was like 13.
I was about to say the shirt can't fit, but go ahead.
Oh shit.
I wasn't talking about nigga. You're supposed to get the shot, but go ahead, bro.
Nah. Go ahead, Ease.
You know I'm working on my weight.
I still wasn't talking about that.
Nah,
You'll catch it later.
I'm joking.
Nah, I still don't think you caught it, bro. You
Now,
get it.
somebody was about to say something. So
Big
Nah,
man,
what you was
big
about to
man,
say?
big
Nah, I
man.
was fucking.
Yeah, I mean, real caught it, but go ahead.
But yeah, man. So I feel like I could be much better at you know what I'm saying,
Have you ever
managing my money.
Have you ever felt like it's hard to save? Like, have you ever
Hell,
felt?
fucking yeah. Who? If anybody on this table say no, you're a liar.
I don't know.
I think it's hard
You're a
to
liar.
save
Huh?
because
I don't know.
everything.
I'm not
costs.
saying in general, but I'm pretty sure you've had times where you're at a point
Everybody
where
had
you.
that stint.
That's what.
But see,
all right, that's what you
look,
no?
everything is hard to save because everything costs.
Are you well?
I suck at bread, bro. I'm horrible.
No wonder you be working so
bread
hard.
advice?
Yeah.
Don't call to me. I spend it on Monday and have nothing Tuesday. That's how I move.
You know,
Nah,
so
but-
funny.
but listen,
Rel,
I used to be like
So-
that.
so-
I've gotten better.
So I wanna ask you this, Rel.
Work in progress.
considering that you just said that, have you ever like feel like you needed to like make a list of what you feel? Okay, you know, I don't need that, or I'm definitely gonna need this, but I want that, but it's not a necessity.
That definitely sounds. I'm gonna answer for him. It sounds like nah. You
That's
never did
mad
that.
work. I've tried stuff like that in my head, but it don't work out. Like
You gotta put it on paper.
I
bro.
just wanted to ask. Have
I'm
you ever
real big on
because sometimes
have
it's
to
like
write it
sometimes
down.
you
I
have
budget
to do that.
everything,
You
and I
literally have to do
write
that.
it in my. I got notes in my phone.
Notes
all my
or
bills.
physical
I got a note in my phone that shows every bill I have to pay
So
for the
do I.
month, and then I got the total at the bottom, and
you
because
see-
I work for myself, I was like, I need to make this amount to live comfortably. Sometimes I'm not even gonna hold you up. I'll be satisfied sometimes when I make that amount, and I need to get out of that. I'm like, no, double that amount. So
Facts.
So, yeah, I feel you.
sometimes
I feel you.
And for like, I ain't gonna lie, for like the last year, I've been trying to save, and I just see my account just staying exactly where it is, and I'm just like, why the fuck isn't it'll go
It don't
up,
budge.
and then it'll just go right back to where
It's
it was.
like
And I'm
losing weight.
What the fuck? Why is it like, yo? And some weeks, I'm teaching myself to cook a little bit more. Because I
Just
see
to
how
save.
much my money went up
Recently,
when I wasn't spending
having a
$25
conversation
a
with
day.
wifey, too,
So I'm
recently.
just like, yo, I need
You
to
realize food is the most expensive shit outside.
Hell yeah.
Fact.
Yeah, I'm just realizing I must have got real wrong then.
What?
I said,
Oh, you thought you were the other way around?
yeah, I thought he was the type of nigga he'll squeeze a nickel for 6 cents.
Nah, definitely not.
Yo, I'll tell you why.
Honest fact.
Yo, true story. I remember we all went to AC except Hypa, but I remember we all went to AC. We went. I think it was the first night. Was it the first night? I think the first night when we went to that. Yeah. We went to. We went to this. I guess if anybody go to AC, they go like hotels that got clubs and shit like that. So we went to this hotel. It got like 6 clubs in that bitch.
Or Harris?
I don't know what it was.
Tropicana Hotel.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Anyway,
Boring.
yeah. So we go to the first one. The first one's trash. Or whatever like that. It was probably like, what was it like? It was like pop songs,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
pop
there's a whole
music.
bunch of pop
I
music.
just remember.
Yeah.
And it was
So,
what?
I still ain't get it.
June.
Hold on. So
I definitely got to hear.
yeah, so it's we
I ain't
there.
catch it yet. I'm trying to
We there
think.
for mad long. And mind you, all of us was just standing there, and I'm like, yo, this shit boring. So you know, what do you do when shit get boring? You get drunk. So me and Ease, whatever, I'm throwing shots back. I'm drinking. So we like, yo, this shit's whack. So he's like, yo, there's mad clubs in the hotel. So let's keep going. Let's keep walking around. So we start walking around. We go to different clubs. We finally hear hip hop. So we like, oh shit, we hear hip hop. So we found the sound. So we get in front of the club. The nigga, we walk in there shit, and then nigga was like, shit was like, I think the hat was charging for the hat, or he was charging for the fee to get in.
No, he
It
said.
was charged to get in.
Yeah, he charging to get in.
No,
He
no.
said, yo, hold on. He said, yo, it's like, was it $25 to get in? Everybody just started looking around. I was like, yo, what are we looking around for? We got no option. Nigga, I don't know if you remember this, but nigga real pulled me to the side, right? He's like, all right, this is what we gonna do. You gonna go inside.
You gonna go in it? Because you know we was ready to spend the bread. He said, you gonna go in it and
gonna-
let us know.
You gonna go
if it's
inside.
popping.
Yeah.
I remember. And then
Nigga is
me and
crying.
June went in. Me and June went in. And then me and June literally had a conversation in the club. Because the club was okay, but it could have been better. But we was like, we ain't gonna let them niggas know shit.
Bruh. Niggas was outside tight.
Wait for a text.
Like, yo, what the fuck, man?
This nigga pulled me inside. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna go. You gonna pay the $25. You gonna walk inside. You gonna see how it is, and then you gonna text me how it is from the inside, so we can see if we gonna go inside. I said, nigga, what? Get the fuck out of here!
Yo, mind you, them niggas end up coming in just because they were standing outside.
I swear to God, we walked. It was like a tunnel when we
Walked
walked
into
in.
these niggas and they're laughing.
So we in the tunnel. I told
niggas stupid.
I said, yo, Darren, you gonna text these niggas? He said, fuck out of here. I said, oh, okay, we on the same wave.
Wait. I think I was outside with Real. No wonder niggas is waiting out mad long. I'm like, niggas ain't text niggas. Niggas ain't put niggas on the
Me,
you know what I mean?
you and Rel stayed outside.
I had a hat
I was
too.
like-
I ain't want to keep my hat on.
I was like,
my
this
hat went
nigga
with my
bugging
outfit.
for
That's why.
$25. And mind you, it's not like we had a choice. I'm like, yo, this shit's whack. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and get drunk. I don't care.
Nigga
Nah,
probably
they had to double. That's why, because they had the fact that it was 25, and then they wanted me to take my hat off. And everybody knows I don't take your hat off like that. So They wanted me to
tried to
take my
add
hat
an
off, so
extra
I'm like,
15
nah, I'm
and
not gonna
shit.
go in there with my head out if it ain't popping. So I had to find out, make sure.
I thought it was
this
$25.
This shit got to be
Nah.
lit.
Yo,
You want to see the shot.
I thought it was the $25. The way you pulled me aside, he's like, "Listen, this is what you gonna do. You gonna pull it." And mind you, he talked mad low.
Yeah,
He's like, "Listen, you just gonna pull the $25. You gonna pay, and then you gonna text me on the side."
swindle you, son.
I'm like,
Bro, that shit, it was funny
Outta here.
when it happened. It was hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
It was funny because I'm
I'm
like,
like,
what?
you see
what
some
are
niggas
they-
walking
what are they
in.
politicking
They be like,
about?
look.
hell yeah, I was laughing. I'm like, yo, what happened? Party lit or not?
Yeah, they was
Yo,
on-
I
they
thought
on
you
that
was.
hat
I thought
shit.
you was fucking a penny pincher for life, dog.
Nah, definitely not.
Nah, bro,
Speaking of
way.
that AC story, don't worry. We gonna make a trip soon. Soon come.
Oh,
come.
God.
Well needed. See, things
So
running,
come.
running,
Just
running
make sure y'all
along.
take care of
Danger
me.
in AC.
Just make sure y'all take care of me, okay?
I got you, bro. I got you.
You thought you was borrowing money on that trip.
Listen, man, I can't
This
wait.
nigga woke up like, what
Danger was living his best life.
I was,
Nigga.
I blacked out. I don't remember
Nigga,
shit.
like, you get a burger.
I was
She get a
spending money
burger.
on
You get a burger.
everybody.
I went right over. Hey, look, he was bugging. Bugging.
Shout out to Ease. He was my guardian angel that night.
It's a big fact.
I could have died. God knows
Yo,
what.
it's so funny. This nigga Rel and Quicks, Rel and Darren, they just stood there just looking at this nigga. I was like, you're not gonna help him?
Help me
He
out.
said, yo, we trying to go home.
Bro was like, look at this nigga. Look at this nigga.
I don't know what happened to me, bro.
Yes,
I-
you
I-
did.
No. I'm not even talking about
He
that.
said, yes, you
I'm not even
did.
talking about that. For 2 weeks, I think I told you that.
Yo,
2,
he
3
didn't,
weeks.
yeah, he didn't drink for 2 weeks.
Not that, my nigga. My right leg was hurting me, bro. I don't know. I know I fell
I
one
told
time.
you I found you. We gonna save that for another.
Where you found me at?
Bruh, I
So-
found you, bro. We was looking for you for like a good 45
I know I
minutes.
disappeared, bro, but I don't know why.
Yeah, you was asleep
Oh damn.
on a couch behind a bar. I don't even know how you got there. You literally.
Now that's funny.
I wanna
It was
go-
it
I
was
wanna
an
go
empty.
away again
You know
just
how
on some
Harris.
hangover
You
shit.
know how Harris is. It was a bar.
Nigga,
but
why you
nobody
wake me
was
up? I was mad
bartending.
comfortable, boy.
This nigga probably pushed the couch behind there and then laid down. Cause I'm like, what the fuck is Danger at? And then
So how did you end up fighting behind the bar?
Because you can walk out where the pool is at, and then I was like, all right, I did the circle around the pool. He wasn't there.
Yeah,
Let me go in the inner
Because they got
part.
the cabanas and
Yeah.
shit. Okay, got you.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm looking around. I'm like,
you saw feet.
I'm like, yo, I found him. I put it in the chat, the group chat.
After
I'm
this
like,
nigga,
yo, come on,
after,
son.
after this nigga Danger was buying like late night snacks for everybody, nigga East quit. That nigga said, this nigga on his own.
I was like, yeah,
PSA.
done.
Anybody go?
He's lying.
I always say it wrong. I ain't
I
even say
did
nothing. You
carry
talking
the
about? I'm
nigga.
like, what the fuck you talking?
I was like, come on, man.
No, I'm saying PSA. What? How you pronounce that? Harris
Publix.
or harass?
Harris.
Harris.
Yeah.
They serve those big jugs of alcohol.
Yeah, for 30.
Please don't fill it up with Henny. All right.
Yeah, we
That's all I gotta let y'all know.
Henny and
Shit.
cranberry.
That's some shit.
Nigga,
And you went for dope. Everybody was
Yeah.
good
Oh,
for
yeah.
one.
this nigga drank twice.
And then he was like,
a whole
yo,
cup.
y'all want another one? I'm like,
Out of all my drunk experiences, that was like not top 2, if not number 1.
I
ain't
was
gonna
saucy
lie.
that night.
I
too.
never,
saucy.
I never get drunk to where I
Nah,
blacked
I made
out.
sure I was
that one
saucy
story.
every night.
That one
Drew-
story
I
was
saw June
when these
just
two
slumped
niggas
over.
is in Miami. They celebrated their birthday. This nigga had the DJ, so he had the shade, and he was sitting like this
Son, I was
with his shades on.
no more of that.
wasted,
Life.
bro.
bro.
Yeah, no more of that life. I take my business serious, man.
Big time, big time.
Word.
Moving on to the final segment of the night. Something that we always call Pop or Flizza.
Bleezy.
Flip, flop, flop.
Getting right into this 50 Cent new song with Casanova, Uncle Murder, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Get the strap. How we feel about it on the right side?
Pop. I like 50 part on it. I like Uncle Murder. But 50 stood out to me because I felt like he bought that. Yeah, he bought that G Unit type of rap.
Yo,
So
what's wrong with you, son?
yeah, it
Nigga,
definitely
that's the funk flex.
it definitely
crowd,
caught
nigga.
me. Definitely caught me at that point. So I was like, nah, that's a pop in my book.
Yes, sir.
Song is fire. It's a pop. I like everybody's verse except for Tekashi. Yep.
I'm okay with 50 verse. I think it was pretty decent. Casanova was Casanova, I guess. I don't really like Uncle Murder part, and I definitely don't like 6ix9ine part. So I'm just gonna say flop.
Okay.
Pop for me. I like it.
Pop for me too.
Pop, and Also, I don't like Tekashi part. I feel like it was like just added on. It made no sense to me.
You know what bothers me? I actually like the way
I like the video. I like that.
Yeah,
I like the video.
His scenes
Energetic.
and everything
His
like
scenes
that
was fire.
but I just didn't get the verse. I didn't.
Nah, I honestly, I mean, I be real detailed into the way these things goes. That whole verse is for Chief Keef. Whole verse.
Tell me about it.
It's bruh. Then it's just one song that goes hard in the club right now that they still play. Besides, once upon a time for Chief Keef, it used to be I Don't Like. Now here's the song. What is it called? Flamingo, something like that.
Oh, he got a new song out.
It's not really
Finito?
new. Finito.
Yeah.
You know how that song.
Yeah,
that song
yeah.
still goes
Yeah, it
hard.
still go hard in
And
the
there's
club.
one part that everybody says when it comes on. He says, "Gas what I smoke, nigga." Tekashi says that on his verse. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Little history.
Should have saved that.
Facts for you right there. We're moving on. These new waves, man. These new Balenciaga shoes. These big fat bulky, grandma looking kind of shoes. You know, Balenciaga has a pair, Fila has a pair, Puma has a pair. Seem like there's something kind of a wave that a lot of people is wearing, especially a lot of stars. How you feel about it? Is it something that you in your closet or not? Starting on the right side.
Never seen them.
All right.
You've seen him before. You just gotta look.
Okay.
That's a super flop. I'm good.
Flop.
Flop.
Moving on. Little Duval, new song that's been busting up the airwaves.
This nigga start laughing.
That's been busting up the airwaves. This Smile song. How we feel about it on the right side?
It's a pop for everybody, but it's a flop
I
for
ain't
me.
gonna say it's a pop here. No, you don't know that.
It made us smile when you said Little Duval.
Y'all
and
niggas
it's
better
called
not
Smile.
dance to it September 9th.
No.
Shout out to the plug.
That's gonna be played at September 9th.
Oh, definitely.
That's for a fact.
Damn,
But
y'all like
I find the song funny, but
At this point right now, at the climax that the song is now, I could see why it would be a pop. But personally, for me, it's comedy. So to me, it's not like a.
Just say it's a flop, bro.
It's a flop. Yeah.
It's a flop.
Trying to figure it out.
I'm trying to word.
Yeah, the PC word. But I think it's monumental and epic because he has a hit song and he's a comedian. Like matter of fact, who we know that did that
Kevin
as a
Hart.
comedian? A hit record.
That wasn't a hit.
It wasn't a hit. That's that song he had with Trey Songz. Is that what you're talking about or not? Do you even know what that song?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But I think I
Chris
actually
Rock, no sex in the champagne room.
What?
Yeah,
was
a
that
hit.
it was a hit.
Good.
That was a hit, but it was so long ago. So overall, the song I like the song. The song's a pop. Snoop is always gonna sound fire. Do y'all even let it play to Snoop?
Yeah, I let it play.
Snoop got a.
He
He
got
has
a
a
verse on it.
verse on it.
He opened up for Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's fucking monumental. So that's a pop. It's dope.
Yeah, I guess for where
Yeah.
it's taking them, I guess so I would say pop.
No. We're asking about the song. That's
Oh,
me being extra.
I don't like the song, and it's a catchy song, and he just used the
good
most,
vibes.
the most popular
Good vibes.
phrase that we had probably this year is "living my best life." So,
For the gal.
I guess
Hated it.
yeah, I always do some funny crap when I'm saying. So,
Because you be dragging it, nigga.
I'm going to drag it a little bit more. So,
Watch, it's gonna be mad.
nah,
silent.
I guess it's a pop. I guess.
Is it? Do you like the song? I don't think you like.
I
the
don't
song.
listen to the song. Like, is it on Apple Music?
So it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, I never saved it. I
I just downloaded 2 days ago.
I hear it on social media, and that's the most. I've never heard the whole song on its own. So
okay.
just for what it's doing,
I had to download.
like everything that make people happy, I guess. Just like when Shiggy had that whole dance thing, and it was just fun. I guess it's a pop. So I guess it's pop.
I don't like the song, so it's not gonna be a pop for me. But I won't give it a flop because it's not terrible. But I don't like the song.
Nah, that ain't my wave.
That shit is a flop. I don't know why y'all niggas trying to save him. It's trash, bro.
It's not a bad song.
It's trash, bro.
Not a bad song to me, but okay.
Tear it up.
Dance September 9th.
There he goes, man. This is Ali Similar Podcast, episode number 21. We have to cap this thing off with a few shout-outs.
Yeah.
September 9th, Katra Lounge.
Katra.
Ali Similar Podcast brunch and day party starting at 3 o'clock. You get RSVP and get in for free.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Check
that's
the links
definitely
in the
going down
bios.
on September the 9th. Also celebrating my birthday. All September's birthdays, please.
Virgos. What's
Virgo
up?
season people, please hit us up on the Ali Similar podcast. You know, that's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's YouTube. You can hit us on any one of those channels.
Twitter.
Let us know about your Twitter also.
DJ
Let us know
DJ
about
Danger
your
on the ones and twos.
All of that. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
DJ Hypa,
Oh, it's gonna be
DJ
vibes.
Danger on the ones and twos.
Oh, we playing
spinning.
Afro beats, we playing reggae, we playing
I'm on they
dancehall, we playing
back for the
R&B, we
reggae,
playing hip hop,
son.
we playing soca. Oh, pull up.
I need to
Pull
slap. I need to slap the wall. That's how hard I need that reggae. Like on some old D, bringing it back, Dub Fest kind of crazy segment. I need that
Oh, it's
in
gonna
my
be
life.
vibes.
I need that. So definitely pop out, y'all. September 9th, Contra Lounge. Hit us up, RSVP, and let us know what it is. Ali Similar Podcast, episode 21.
21.
And
Do the shout outs real quick.
21.
As far as names, all that.
What up, Hyper?
Follow me on my IG. They
Well, I
call
wasn't
me
talking about all
underscore
I know
Hyper.
that, but why not?
What's the shit? What are we trying out? September.
No, we're just gonna say the names again, but that's
Oh,
you could do that. You could do that.
DJ Hyper on IG. They call me underscore Hyper.
All right, at Mr. Danger, MrDaneja, DJ Danger. That's on IG. You can follow me on all social media platforms. You know,
Yeah, this is
DJ
Darren.
Danger.
This is Darren, DARREN_LAING.
Rello, Life of Rello on the gram.
J to that
Ease _oddly similar. Plain and simple.
We got to make that last one a little bit quicker next time. That was
Word.
Ali Similar Podcast, episode 21, Contra, September the 9th. Holla at us.
The Oddly Similar Podcast.